Number 10 on my list is Ethan Mars and Madison Paige from the video game Heavy Rain. Now, for those of you who haven't played Heavy Rain, it's a really amazing game, and spoiler alert if you haven't played it. But anyway, first, when I got this game, we had the demo, and if you've played the demo, you'd know that you get to play as Scott Shelby and Norman Jayden. So when we actually bought the game, I had no idea who Ethan or Madison were. Shortly after playing, you pretty much realize Ethan's the main character of the four. And, I mean, his life used to be really great. He had a wife, 2 sons. Tragically, his oldest son, Jason, was hit by a car, and it pretty much messed up his life. His wife and him separated, and his remaining son, Sean, and him just have not really a good relationship anymore. They don't really talk, and Sean's very antisocial. So it's just sad. Poor Ethan has just a terrible life. And then Madison, she lives alone in an apartment, and she has chronic insomnia. So she suffers from nightmares where people break in her home and try to kill her. So both of them are pretty messed up. But anyway, the first encounter that they have, Ethan does the bear trial and gets hurt really bad. So Madison comes in and patches him up. And at this point, I'm kind of like, okay, they are totally going to get together. Like, I just knew it. But then, they meet again when he gets hurt after the butterfly trial. She plays the nurse, patches him up, and they make small talk, and they get to know each other a little better. And then their third encounter is if you chose for Ethan to have him cut off his finger, which, oh my god, that's just terrible. She helps him escape the police. So I'm like, okay, at this point, yes, they're totally going to get together. And then the infamous sex scene, the mission on the loose. You have the option to kiss or not kiss Madison. And if you choose to kiss her, then, of course, you know what happens next. But then something happens. The next day, Ethan discovers that Madison was actually a journalist, and she was, in a sense, using Ethan to write her story on Ethan being the origami killer, just her story. And he blows up on her, and she tells him the truth. She's very genuine and sincere about it. She's like, yeah, I was going to write a story, but then I saw what you were going through to save your son, and, I wasn't going to do it anymore, because she did develop feelings for him. And she even tells him, like, after all this is done, I want to be with you. And this is where the player gets a choice to forgive or reject her. And if you forgive her, then they can end up together in the end if both Ethan and Madison survive. So the best ending in the entire game is if Ethan and Madison kiss, forgive, and then Sean is saved. Then Ethan and Madison will move in together to a new house with Sean, and it's really beautiful how Ethan and Sean end up having a good father-son relationship again, and Sean doesn't feel antisocial anymore. And that's the thing that I love most about Ethan and Madison, is you get to see them together, and you get to think about, man, like, Heavy Rain, that was such a great game. It just leaves such a good impact on you, and you wonder, like, if you choose for the good endings, and it makes you wonder, like, what next, And I personally would love more Heavy Rain DLCs, like, continuing, after Heavy Rain, because I understand since the game is so player-based and, option-based, it makes you wonder, what could they do next, but personally, I just really loved Ethan and Madison's relationship. They are number 10 on my list.